Right.
Oh, you're the host. I'm sorry. I be thinking I'm finna take over her show, but she the host. She got it.
Yes. So, hello. Welcome back to Mariah B. Reading. We are doing our part 2 of The Alchemist. Well, part 2 and the epilogue because we finished the book. I didn't realize it was only 2 parts and then the epilogue. We thought this would be a break it up into sections, but it was just 2 parts. So we are just going to jump right into our discussion. I have my lovely husband back with me.
What's good, family? It feels good to be back. She finished the book before me, and then she started getting on me like, we need to record our other part of the story and all of that, and was like, you need to read. Posted a video of me that some of y'all may have seen talking about when the reading get intense and all that, like trying to play me. So after she said that, it took me 2 days while we were on vacation, and I finished the book so that we can now be recording this video of part 2.
Round of applause, baby. Make that ass clap. Okay.
She made it clap, all right.
All right.
Okay.
Now, let me jump in. I got my handy dandy notebook with some of my questions on it.
Beautiful.
So now that we finished the book, how do you feel about Santiago's decision to continue pursuing his treasure?
I mean, I feel good. I'm happy for Santiago. I'm glad that he didn't give up because there were a lot of moments in that journey where he faced some things where most people would have given up.
Yeah.
Like, bro whole life was basically sacrificed multiple times
Right.
on that journey, but he never let it stop him. Like,
Right.
even when the alchemist first pulled up and was like, who out here saying that they this and that, and bro stepped up and was like, it's me, my guy, what you mean? I said that, what's good? And bro was like, hold on, let me ask the alchemist, like, wait, hold on, let me say that one more time. Like, who was that doing that? Bro was like, even with a sword to his head, was like, bro, it's me who said that, like, what's good?
Yeah.
Basically saying, like, I'm willing to die for this personal legend. So,
Yeah.
man, shout out to Santiago. I'm proud of Santiago for continuing on his journey regardless of what circumstances he was faced with.
Yes, that was beautiful. And along that journey, he met multiple people. How would you say that those people played a role in that journey, down to the Englishman, Fatima?
I feel like honestly, everybody he encountered, he learned something from them.
Yeah.
So even when they first started on the journey, and he started talking to the camel driver.
Yeah.
Like, and the camel driver was like, he started talking to the camel driver about the future and stuff like that. And the camel driver was like, look, bro, I focus on the now. Like, when I'm eating, I'm focused on eating. When I'm focused on getting y'all across the desert, I'm focused on that. Like, he taught Santiago to be more focused in the present and just
Right.
telling him, like, bro, we can't change the past. There's nothing we can do about tomorrow. All we got is right now, today.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like that's what he learned from that camel driver, which allowed him to look at life a whole lot differently.
Yeah.
Because even the Englishman wasn't looking at life like that at
Right.
first. He was looking at it, you know what I'm saying, he was trying to see the future, which is why he was reading all those different books and trying to predict stuff. But even from the Englishman, he learned something about reading because of how
Right.
important that was, and just definitely seeking knowledge to learn different things. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And Fatima, he found, he learned love in
Yeah.
a different way that he had kind of experienced love before in the first part with the other girl, but with Fatima, I feel like it was a different type of love. It was like true love.
Yeah.
Because he was gonna make his way back to his girl, to his girl Fatima. But just the
Yes.
conversations that they were having, and her like even telling him like, look, bro, like, I'm not going to stop your personal legend.
Yeah.
Don't use me as an excuse to not go out here, like, because he was basically saying like he was going to stay because of Fatima, and she's like, no,
Right.
bro, I'm used to this. Like, the
Right.
women here, we used to our men going out in the desert and coming back. So, bro, don't use me as an excuse. Like, go after your dream, go after your journey, after your
Yeah.
legend. I'll be here when you get back, bro.
Yes. And speaking on just the first portion of what you said when you were talking about how the camel driver was mentioning, like, just focus on the present. You brought this up to me the other day. I feel like I'm very much a future planner, a future thinker. And you reminded me of that. He reminded me of that, that moment from the story. And I was like, you're absolutely right. Like, I can't change anything that has happened. And no matter how much I plan for the future, it's nothing that I can do in this moment right now that can dictate exactly what is going to happen. all that I have is literally this moment. And that really stuck with me, because I think like when you're reading through things, and this is why I feel like this is one of those books that you should just read multiple times, because every year this should be like let me pick this up and like go back through this, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I read that same thing, but it didn't hit me the same until you actually was like, do you remember in the book that the camel driver and this happened? And I was like, oh, yeah, he did, you know? Mm-hmm. So I felt like that was a moment that really stood with me. And then talking about the Englishman, he was an interesting character to me, because I feel like in this life that we have, we sometimes get so caught up and we're so focused on, again, the future or the outcome of what we want, that we ignore everything in between. And that Englishman, when he finally met the alchemist, did he meet the alchemist?
He never met him.
So remind me, when
his whole search was for the alchemist.
Yeah.
Like that's basically what everything was built on him.
He never met him, and
he didn't.
So who told him like you need to just keep focused?
I can't remember who told. It might have been the alchemist actually. I can't remember. It was somebody, but the alchemist or whoever talked to him basically like, bro, you're not ready.
Yeah.
Like, because he hadn't had the right mindset to take on his personal legend.
Yeah.
He was missing the point of his personal legend, which was going through different things to actually get himself there, which is how he ended up starting to learn how to make the stuff for the gold.
Yes.
And the young boy Santiago talked to him. He was like, yeah. He realized eventually, like, yeah, I gotta do this. Like, I gotta start working on my legend instead of just trying to learn everything that I can to get myself to the alchemist.
Yes.
I got to become that person worthy of getting to the alchemist.
Yes.
And that's kind of when the Englishman story stopped. So like, you know, I think for me, I picked up on that part is like, at some point you got to take action.
Yeah.
Like there's only so much learning that you can do. And that's what the Englishman was. He had all the knowledge in his head. But he didn't take no action with all the knowledge
he didn't
that
apply
he had.
Nothing
exactly.
To
And I think that's the story that Santiago was able to learn from him. Was like, no, I got to take action.
Right.
And the Englishman finally figured out, you know, at his end, at where his story ended in the story, that no, I got to like do this in order for me to be able to take on my personal legend. Like it didn't mention nothing about him reading and all that no more. It was saying that he had a fire burning and all this stuff, and he started to repeatedly do something over and over so that he can learn how to turn the metal into gold.
Yes, beautiful. And then Fatima, I loved her whole story and her point of view and everything, just her character in general, because I feel like as people, we always find a excuse. Like we always find a way out, whether that's our children, whether that's where we are in our life, whether that's money. Like we always can come up with some reason, some way, shape, or form to not do something that ultimately could be our personal legend. We get to a point in the story where the alchemist told him, like, okay, yeah, you stay with her now. Yeah, you're happy right now in this moment, but you're not going after what you ultimately want in your life. And if this person is really for you, they will show you that in the ways that Fatima did, which was encouraging him, like, go after what you want. Don't just sit here and I'm not your excuse.
Facts.
Like, it's not.
I love that she did that.
I did too.
But yeah, that was interesting how like when the alchemist was like, yeah, you can stay here with Fatima, because at some point that's what Santiago kind of made that decision.
Yeah.
And he broke it down to him like, bro, that's cool. You can do that. Year one is going to be all flowers and bloom, bloom, bloom. And then as the years pass, things are going to change, because you're going to continue to have that urge of like, dang, what if, until you eventually forget it. And then you're going to look at Fatima and almost blame her for not letting you go on your journey. I really found that relationship between Santiago and Fatima very interesting, because she helped him realize like, okay, I have no excuse.
Right. Okay, what ultimately was your reaction when he finally discovered where the treasure was?
At first, I was like, oh my God, because the way he ended up discovering it, he got his ass whooped pretty much. And he was probably going to die if he didn't give up the gold that he had.
Yeah.
And it actually reminds me of a part in there where he was like, the alchemist told him, like, most of the time when you tell people stuff, they're not going to believe you. They're going to think you crazy.
Yeah.
There was a part in the story with the alchemist where he told them something and they started laughing at him.
Yeah.
And that same situation ended up coming back to Santiago in that moment when he was like, all right, let me just tell these dudes what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because they was basically going to beat him to death. And he was like, I'm digging for gold. And that's when the last guy came up and was like, man, let him go, bro. This man is a fool. Like, he's a clown. He's not finna find no gold. And ends up ultimately revealing to Santiago where the gold is.
Yes.
That ending was crazy.
Yeah.
It was so crazy, but it's also like the alchemist knew that was going to happen,
Yeah.
which is why he left gold behind for him with the priest. And even the priest, he even went to the priest and was like, bro, why would y'all let me go through this? And the priest was like, bro, we had to. And that's what that goes back to that last part with the alchemist and him allowing Santiago to go through things to learn.
Yeah.
And it was just such a full circle moment that he ends up finding the treasure in the place where he was sleeping with his sheep.
Yes.
After like this whole situation with him having to sell his sheep and all that and stuff.
Yes.
Like,
and why do you think the treasure had to be back at his home? Like, do you feel like that had any meaning to it? Like the treasure being back where he initially started?
I don't know. I never really thought about that, honestly.
Yeah.
Like why the treasure was there. I don't know. I guess that's just a sign to show us that, you know, the treasure may be closer to us than we think.
Yeah.
And it's just sometimes we have to go around this whole journey in order to end up back to that treasure.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I kind of take from that is,
For sure.
is just that, honestly.
Yeah. And ultimately, I feel like one of the main messages in this whole thing was that it's really not about the treasure. Like
Yes.
it's ultimately just about your journey and who you become along that journey. Because Santiago, I mean, he started off as that nigga, but like at the end, he was really him.
Yeah, especially at the part when the dude was like, all right, bro, here we go. Because the alchemist took him in there and like, look, this guy right here can do this. Bro was like, all right, cool. This is what's going to happen because we're going to find out how powerful this guy is.
With the wind?
The chiefman, yeah, he was like, okay, so tomorrow, what I want you to do, I want you to go become the wind. And he went up there to the thing. And he started like having this conversation with the wind.
Yes.
And then that didn't work. Like it started getting a little cloudy and stuff.
With the sun.
Yes. And saying like, turn me to the wind. And then the sun was like, I can't do that. Which made Santiago realize something. Like, bro, not even the sun or the wind has control like the almighty power. The God, the one above us who can actually make man into wind, who can actually change things. And that, to me, show a sign of Santiago's faith.
Yeah.
And the sign that his faith meant something and that God does exist because he ended up doing what he did there and the achievement was like, hey, bro, I ain't got, hey, you proved me wrong, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all boys good to go. You know what I'm saying?
And for me, that part showed me just ultimately how us in the higher power truly, how we are one.
Yeah.
Because how you always say, like, as people, we are the only thing on this earth who has the power to choose exactly what we want to be.
Yes.
Like a horse can't wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what, I want to go be a painter or I want to make $1 million. Like horses, animals, rocks, nothing else can do that, but we can.
For sure.
So I think that part just showed me like we can ultimately do anything. I have bubbles in my teeth. But we can ultimately do anything that we set our mind to, like literally, because we were created by the Most High. So why wouldn't we be able to?
And the Most High gave us the same power that the Most High have, which is the power to create.
Exactly.
A cat can't create a house.
Yeah,
like look at
these like when we be seeing these buildings.
We're recording our video right now on a phone that was created in someone's mind first, but then became an actual creation. And that's the power that God has given all of us on this earth is the ability to create. It's just a lot of us take it for granted.
Yeah.
We don't buy into the fact that we are creators.
Yeah.
And we're great creators if we just put our mind to it and truly believe and have faith that the higher power will guide us as we continue to create on our journey towards our personal legend.
That was tea.
Stop.
What do you feel was your biggest lesson that you took away from this story?
My biggest lesson that I took away from this story is that when you truly find that personal legend, you will know it. But you must also accept the fact that on your journey through your personal legend to finding your treasure, it is going to be difficult. It is going to be hard. You're going to face things that you didn't expect. You're going to go through stuff that you didn't know would happen. but it's ultimately about how you respond to those things. And I think in this story, Santiago did a great job, even though he had his moments. He did a great job of the way that he responded to every single thing that he was going through. Moments when he was afraid, he got over his fear. Moments when he had doubt, he got over his doubt and had more faith. Moments where he didn't know what would happen, he still pushed forward even through all of that. So the biggest thing for me and the message that I have to anybody watching this video is that once you find your personal legend, understand that it's going to be a tough journey, but there is truly a treasure at the end of that journey if you are willing to go through those things and learn from those things.
That was beautiful.
I know. Claudette T.
I think that is a great way to end this segment of our couples book discussion on The Alchemist.
And we will be back. I don't know how soon she's going to start doing her own thing because we have found a second book to read.
Yes.
Do you know what it's called?
The Noticer.
The Noticer.
Have you started it yet?
I started page 1 and I was already kind of hooked. So
okay,
we'll start reading that.
Yes. I'm not going to lie. I'm grateful for my husband because he pushes me to be better literally every single day. So I just love you and I'm grateful. And self-development, all these kind of books, they're not really my I just want to pick up a self-development. But my husband needs to read.
Yes. But I think we found that balance as well because she has me reading self-development books that have stories tied to them.
Yes.
Which is good for both of us because she's into stories, I'm into self-development.
Yes.
So it's like we get the best of both worlds in the books that we're reading together. In the comment section, drop some books that y'all would suggest that we read that has both the connection of the story and the self-development connected to it.
Yes. And be sure to like this video, share this video. We will see you guys after we read The Noticer. Thank you.
You're welcome.